Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on QNT. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about QNT. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here just under $74. Now, when you first look at the price of QNT, you would be like, wow, that's expensive. But believe it or not, QNT is very undervalued. Once we broke above $100, I never thought we were coming down to these prices ever again. But here we are, another buying opportunity. UK Finance concludes a successful experimental phase of the UK RLN. This comes from Tokenizer, one of the most anticipated initiatives on QNT, with several leading UK banks and fintechs participating. The backbone of the RLN was made possible by R3 Corda and Quant's Overledger. But there's more to the story. As we can see, they directly highlight how Quant and R3 were the technologies that made this all possible. And you know, this is massive because this shows you the infrastructure getting put in place for the future financial system. Pictures tell more than words. This is what we mean when we talk about the RLN. And you see some of the big names mentioned there. But take it directly from Gilbert Verdian. Take a listen.
So the whole transformation of electronic to digital has to be a collaborative method. Each bank can't do it on their own. So RLN is a project that all the banks came together. There's RLN UK, which we're involved in, and it's a way where the banks are building, co-designing, and creating tokenized money, digital money, with all their counterparties and their peers. And so what we're doing in the project is really enabling the whole infrastructure, connecting to banks using traditional connections and traditional rails, but then connecting to digital CBDCs and other types of rails where you can have interoperability of all forms of money. So in RLN, it's the industry innovating, and it's the industry collaborating to build the next generation of payment infrastructure.
So they're building out using the entire Quant infrastructure. Take notice, he said, connecting two banks using traditional rails, but also connecting digital CBDCs and other types of systems to have interoperability of all forms of money. So as we're pushing forward, what's going to happen is this is going to create an easy transition from the traditional financial system into the digital financial system. And it's happening right now. I told you trillions were coming. This is how big this actually is. Every year, over 11 trillion worth of payments are processed in the UK, powering the economy. The success of the RLN experiment shows the potential of technology to transform the customer experience and deliver economic value and benefits for society. It's the next phase forward. That's how big this actually is. Quant Network, QNT, interoperability, stacking, gateways, enterprise adoption, no inflation, 14,612,493 total supply, 2 billion market cap, listed on tier 1 exchanges, only 25K holders, Overledger network release in September. Help me out, what have I forgotten? Investing in QNT right now is investing in Bitcoin on steroids because there's less QNT and QNT has real world use case and real world value. QNT is gonna easily hit 6 digits and beyond. You want to look at a real Bitcoin? Take a look at QNT. This comes from Greg Lunt, unreleased payments page found on the QNT website. The page outlines what they're calling Quant real-time tokenization, are Quant RTT. This system was invented during Quant's work on Project Rosalind, powered by smart contracts and APIs. Quant RTT enables programmability, bank-branded digital currencies, flexible to run on any blockchain, tokenization of money directly from a bank account, introduction of tokenized money into native marketplaces. More tools, more innovation. QNT is leading the charge into digital. Think about that. Tokenization of money directly from a bank account. And it can run on any blockchain because QNT is the operating system of blockchain. QNT is paid to move digital assets on Overledger through licensing, but is also a currency. Take a listen to Gilbert talking to LCX. This was one of the reasons I bought QNT.
We'll be having anyone hosting gateways to run their own gateway on their own servers and their infrastructure. That means they will pay for licenses in QNT, and all the transactions can be billed using QNT across the network. And so our job is to create this open ecosystem where anyone can be a participant, where is in the background bringing enterprise and institutional use cases to the network. We have lots and lots of meetings every week with governments, with enterprise, with institutions, with clients who want to build new technology and new what we call MDApps, so multi DLT, distributed applications on top of the network. So the QNT token is at the core of everything that we're doing. And what happens is if you own gateways and you run this on the network, when you process transactions, you get paid in QNT. It's a great ecosystem that we're building, and this will evolve. You know, we want to make it the currency and the payment option for all the data and the transactions that are being put on the network, so people can actually trade in QNT, and it can be used for hundreds and hundreds of use cases around, AI, data. If you want to do an MDApp on payments, if you want to do an MDApp as an exchange, if you want to do anything, compute, if you want to create like an AWS equivalent on the Overledger network, all of this is possible. So QNT has just become that, pure utility token that can be used for everything.
So it can be used for everything, and it's at the heart of everything that Quant does. It sounds very similar to how Ripple talks about XRP. That was one of the main reasons I got into QNT in the first place, because when they want to use it for everything, that's how we get rich. That's how we make money off of our crypto holdings. So let me share the facts here regarding BIS, most ambitious project, Agora and Quant. Confirmed by Tony from Citi, guy in charge of DLT trials, Agora will be interoperated with UK RLN, which runs on QNT Overledger. Confirmed, QNT is the only crypto involved in a top CBDC project by the BIS. It was a massive success and moved to phase 3. The BIS labeled it one of the highest complexity, which is even more impressive. Some of the central banks involved talking about SATP, which show they are all about gateways, which QNT is. Quant and the team are sharing stuff about the participation. They show more proof of this happening. But knowing that QNT is coming together with the BIS, meaning it's also going to be connecting up with Ripple and XRP, and Stellar and XLM, and XDC. You see it right here. This is that massive network I'm always talking about forming. And I've been talking about it ever since back in early 2022. Because I seen it coming together then. And it's built out quite a bit since then. In fact, I'm sure this massive network is almost complete. But you see, payment APIs. You see Google Pay, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay. But then you see blockchains. And you see XRP, IOTA, Stellar, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Then you see the enterprise blockchains, Corda, Hyperledger, banking APIs, ties in with JP Morgan, Citibank, HSBC, Santander. And then you see the Overledger network connecting everything together. That's because QNT is going to be the glue holding this entire network together. This technology is massive, and QNT is going to have that reflected in the price. When he was talking about how everyone needs to hold QNT to utilize the technology, imagine Oracle and those 430,000 customers holding QNT. What do you think is going to happen to the price of this cryptocurrency? Forget Bitcoin. QNT is the future. Crypto Reviewing does some great reviews, and I've noticed that they've been updating a lot of their reviews as well. But QNT still kept a 10 out of 10 rating. And, you know, there's no second best to QNT. Like what I did there with Michael Saylor. QNT is absolutely going to be a powerhouse. And I cannot even put into words how big this actually is going to become. You know, we are going to have an alt season very soon. And I see a lot of price predictions out there. In my opinion, QNT is going to achieve 4 digits, most likely in this next run. And it's literally a 10x, a little over a 10x from where it is right now. I'm even thinking much bigger. I'm thinking QNT is most likely going to hit somewhere around 2 or 3 grand. It's very possible with a cryptocurrency like QNT. Then there's this. QNT staking is now part of the official terms and conditions on the Quant Network website. This is amazing news. Nothing has changed. Staking is still on the table. Imagine staking your QNT and earning more QNT. I am absolutely a fan of that happening because I would love to earn more QNT. And you know, I'm always bullish on this cryptocurrency. Nothing is ever going to change that because while everybody's out there hyping up Bitcoin and talking about how it's going to achieve $100,000, and I know it's propped up by bullshit Tether, which is backed by nothing. I don't see the real price of Bitcoin at all. I just see a propped up price and an overhyped price. But when I look at QNT, I see real value. I see something that is going to run on real value, real utility, real use case, changing the entire financial system. And you see it integrated in all these countries. Australia is tying in with QNT. Australia is also working with Stellar, working with Ripple, working with XDC, because it's going to be a handful of cryptocurrencies that lead us into the future. QNT is going to be one of them, but it is going to be an absolute powerhouse. It is still very undervalued at $73.76. If you want to hold the next Bitcoin, here's your chance, because I believe QNT is easily going to replace Bitcoin as the top cryptocurrency. It's going to be a toss-up because I think XRP is also going to be up there as well. It's going to be utilized to move the world's money. XRP can move anything of value from one country to another, but QNT is going to be just as massive. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.